Good evening, everybody. I can see you're all already waiting on YouTube. So good evening, everybody. I'm just waiting for it all to kick in. Come on, let's get logged in on this lovely summery evening. So we are good to go on Facebook. And let's just check YouTube to make sure we are good to go on YouTube. And I think we are. Let's see if you can see my hand, and then we know we're good. Hi darling, you alright? So good evening to everybody. How you doing? So let's wait till everybody gets here. Let me take that off. No, I'll leave it on for a second. There we go. So hi Lee, hi Di, hi Judy. So I'll leave it a few minutes for everybody to get logged in. Let me take this off the screen because we don't know. So we're going to be using the pens tonight in case that's not a bit of a giveaway. I've got 2 new die sets to show you, which will complete the stately die release for this year. As you know, I always do a big die set. This is what I call my stately dies, the big sets. And the last 2 of the year, there won't be any more now until next February, March. I think my YouTube's a bit behind. Oh, there we go. Caught up. Yeah, you can see my hand, so we are live. Yes, it's a lovely evening. I've got a banging headache, which just came on all of a sudden. So I'm assuming it's the weather and maybe the pollen count. It's going to be an expensive week. No, it's not. No, not from me, David. It's only 2 big dies tonight. Although I have got something new for you next week as well. Something that you've been asking for. Hi, Roz. So good evening to everybody who's getting logged in. I'm going to hang on 2 minutes until everybody's here. And we're going to do... Are you ready for this? So tonight's card has got no flowers on it. No butterflies. No foliage, no nothing. It's just a flat postable card. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's glorious here as well. The sun's shining. I've had to shut the curtains in my room because it shines on the screen. So yeah, I know, Brenda, that's what I've been doing. I actually shut my eyes for half an hour. So I'm hoping we're done a bit earlier than normal. Been asking forever, Ari. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, Judy. I'm after an Aston Martin. I've been a Vanquish. Have a look at the Aston Martin Vanquish. That's my dream car. I don't think I'll be getting one ever. Yeah, no flowers on this card. No embellishments. It's all about the stamps and the colouring and the inks and the pens. I thought it'd make a nice change, actually. Hi, Debbie. I hope you're all right, Debbie. Hi, Sue. Yeah, a flat. Well, when I say flat, it's not flat, but it's flatter than what I usually do. But it's going to be beautiful. Yeah, I do, Judy. And believe you me, I've tried. I'm halfway there with my current car. The price of my current car is about half of the Aston Martin Vanquish, but I just can't double it. Not yet. Right, so let me move the pens out of the way. So first things I need to tell you is very exciting in that the set 1 watercolour brush pens have been delivered today. I know it's a horrible headache as well. You know when you've got a fuzzy head, it's just not fun at all. Now there's a delay with my Facebook, which is unusual. There we go. So if you haven't got the set 1 watercolour blending brush pens, the delivery has literally, half of the delivery has arrived today. So it's the last time ever, I said that last time, but this is the last time ever that I am going to order these pens. Yeah? Oh yeah, there'll be gems on it, Margaret, don't you worry, and a bit of glitter. So if you haven't got set 1, I can't stress this enough. Yeah, maybe next year, Gene, maybe next year. If you haven't got set 1, I cannot stress enough. You need to get them whilst I've got this current stock, because I'm never ever ordering them again. That will be it. I'm going to find you a link, because I know what's going to happen. As soon as I put these on my next TV show, everybody's going to go mad for them, and I'll end up not having enough. So let me just see if I can find a link. Where will I find it on the website? Here we go. Here we go. So ignore the other 3 sets. Your set 1 you absolutely need to get as soon as you possibly can. Okay. And I'm going to show you the colours in set 1, because I've got a brand new set 1 here that shows you the colours. Here we go. So set 1, I'm trying to get it all in the screen. Let me see if I can get it all in the screen. There you go, that's not too bad. So set 1 is the first one I ever did. It's got a lovely selection of different colours. You all know by now that I've got all mine. No, all of them, Audrey. Audrey's just asking me on YouTube if I'm not restocking set 1 again, or all of them. All of them. So when the stock has gone of all 4 sets, I won't be restocking them, because we're moving away from them. But set 1, I can tell you now, set 1 is going to come and go as fast as it came. So here, look. So you've got blues, pinks, yellows, oranges, reds, browns, greys, black, purples. You've got a lovely selection of every colour in here. Yeah. So when you've got all 4 of them, still can't find you on Facebook, you just need to go to the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, Carol, and it'll be live on there. Set 1 is an absolute must-have. It's the starter set. It's the first one I did. It's the one that's got a cross section of every colour. Get them while I've got them, is what I'm saying, because I'm never going to get them again. Oops, what am I showing you that for? It's kind of your foundation set. It's kind of the basic set that I know Karen's back she's back on Wednesday, I think. She's back on. I can't wait, because this is probably why I've got a headache. I've been sitting at the computer screen, as you know, doing this lovely new website. I can't wait for you to see the new website. It's fabulous. So just about every product of mine will have links to videos that I've done on YouTube. It will have photos with samples and everything, and it looks really, really sexy. It's all laid out beautiful. We're changing providers, because my current provider doesn't give you lots of scope for making it look pretty and moving things around. But I've literally had to do new images of everything. I've been sat permanently at the computer, which is probably where this headache's come from, on top of doing everything else. So it's about time Karen got back. She's had enough holidays this year. So I am using the sunflower stamps tonight. I've not decided which one yet. Hi, Elaine. I've not decided which one yet, but I'm going to show you them when we get to the stage of fitting the stamp in the die cut. Right, are you ready for the last two dies? I better get you a link for these as well. Oh, links. Oh, there's one here. Oh no, that's the wrong one. It's a good job I noticed that, because I might have just got the wrong link then. Which wouldn't be fun. Right, here we go. So the next 2 dies, I'm just putting the links on for you, just to make it easier. So these are the last two, and I'm not doing any more of these. These are the last two, and the double stitch dies. So the stately, because stately is the big size, and these are the last two in the stately double stitched. So you've seen the squares, the circles, the ovals, the circles and the ovals we had a few weeks ago, and these literally were delivered last Friday. Yeah. So what you've got is your octagons, and you've got the chic labels. So if you remember when I released the cascading frames, you've now got a die for every one of the cascading frames. So remember the Floral Curios cascading frames, we've now got the octagon, and we've now got the chic label. Yeah, and these are the last two. So as ever, we always give you the 10% off, 10% off the individuals, or 15% off if you buy both together. So 15% off equates to about 14 quid, I think. If you're buying the duo, you're going to save 14 pounds, I think, something like that. Yeah, these are the last two. So you now have a stately deboss double stitched, what a mouthful, eh, for every one of the cascading frames. I'm just going to show you the others. Did I put them back? No, I've left them out. I'm just going to show you. I know you've seen all these already, but you can probably remember that when I released the stamps, these dies were late. So you've got a debossed, double stitched in the octagon, the chic label. You've also got the rectangle, which is already out, the oval, which is already out, the die is already available, the circle, the die is already available, and the square, and the die is already available. So you're now going to be able to create beautiful, beautiful frames that have the stitching detail on the inside and out. So everything will work together now. So you could use the label with the rectangles. I should have got them out, but I'm not getting up again. You can use the label with the rectangles, the octagons with the circles and with the squares, etc. It just completes the set. There won't be any more of these. Right. And now I'm going to show you what I'm planning for tonight. So this is not a small card by any stretch of the imagination. But it is going to be lots of inky fun. Lots of inky fun. So this is what I've got because we're using the sunflowers tonight. So I've got carved pumpkin and mustard seed in the distress oxides. I've also got carved pumpkin and distress oxide in the sprays, and mustard seed even in the sprays, yeah. Because I'll tell you why when we get to that stage. Everybody needs to start collecting the oxide sprays is what I'm saying. Just get one every time you do your shopping and then you'll collect them all. So what I've created here are the frames for this card. And we are going to be using the oxides on black card as well. This is why I said if you're in our Facebook group, you will have seen earlier. You will have seen earlier that I asked you whether you wanted me to do a vertical or a horizontal. There you go, vertical or a horizontal card, because it really doesn't matter. Let me just show you that lovely little. There you go. Look, you can see the stitching detail on there now. It's the only sets of large dies that I've done that give you that option, where you can have the detailing on the inside and the outside. Yeah. So I've created a frame. Horizontal was the winner. What is it? Oh, Linda, I hope you're sitting down when I tell you these sizes. So let me just tell you this before I tell you how big this card is. This is the largest of the dies. And I'm going to tell you how big it is. So this one here is the biggest. If I can get them separated, I'll show you. So the largest one is 206 millimeters tall by 155 millimeters wide, or the other way around if you're doing it landscape. And the smallest is 56 by 44. And this little one here I love these dies, you know I do. And these kind of things, yes, they're an investment because they're not cheap, because they're big. But these are the ones that you go to time and time again for your matting and layering. Hi Edie. For your matting and layering, for your card shapes. Remember, you could make these into card blanks. And this one here is the one that I've used for the sentiment for tonight. And this little dinky one, I added the little tiny dinky one because it's good for, you know, when you see me tucking things underneath like this all the time, where you've got little tabs and everything, that small one's really good for that. Anyway, get a drink, Phil. So good evening to everybody who's just joining. If you're going to have one, have a big one. Absolutely, Alison. Yeah, Annette's just asking me about a heart set. So let me just tell you a story about big heart dies. If you have a look for them online, hearts are really difficult to reduce in size and keep the proportion. And because I'm a little bit fussy, I can't get it to look right. Hi Tracy. The name of the dies, it's a stately double-staged, debossed double-staged octagons, or chic labels. If you scroll back up, Tracy, from the comments, in fact, let me just put you another link in now. It's easier. Now everybody's here. Here we go. I'm just popping another link in for you all. Remember, the discount only lasts for a week and then they go back to full price. I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, we were talking about hearts, weren't we? Yeah, bigger is better. Well, not always. Oh, Wendy, that's hilarious. Wendy just wrote on YouTube she can't use the sprays. She's even having trouble spraying the perfume. Is that because of your wrist, Wendy? I'm taking the mickey and it might be a genuine reason. If it is, I'll take it back. Can I have measurements in inches, please? Shall I just do the largest for you? Let me do the largest. I'm not doing them all, but I'll do the biggest and then you can see. So the big one, look, is 8 1/4. Or it will be if it stays still. So 8 and a bit. 8 and a bit, because of the point, by 6 1/4. And then obviously they get smaller. And with the octagons, the biggest of the octagons is just shy of 8 inches. By just shy of 8 inches, because it's the same shape. So both of them will fit on your 8x8 cards. Oh, bless you, Wendy. I take it back then. I thought you were just saying you can't use ink misters. Well, luckily tonight, Wendy, I'm not using it as a spray. We're using it as a dropper, which is generally what I use them for the most. So let me just put this back in order and then we can get on with this demo. So this is the largest one, and I've used the Falling Snow embossing folder on this just to add a little bit of texture. And then I've created the frame. This is why I love these dies. I've created this lovely thin frame that has the stitching on both sides. If I can, there you go. If I can get that, there you go. And then I've done the opposite for the topper. So for the topper, this is the part that we're going to stamp onto. So we've gone black with a white frame and white with a black frame for this one. okay? And the card itself, you don't have to do it this big. This is just me making big cards. You know I'm not very good at little cards. So the base of this card is just over 9 inches. So the base of this card is just over 9 inches tall by just under 7.5 wide. Oh, I can't even think of an easier way to do that, Wendy, either. So that's how big this card is. We're going to start from the top and work our way down tonight. So let's pop that there. This is my scrap that I need to stamp onto. And we're doing a horizontal card tonight because that's what everybody chose in our little Facebook group. Does this mean your embossing folders fit the largest die? Absolutely, Bonnie. Just a little bit shy, actually, the embossing folders. But just a little bit shy. But not enough that you would probably notice because we always glitter around the edges. Well, this is going to be it's black and white, but all the colour is coming from the colouring in. And I thought, so when I had the idea for this, obviously I wanted to show you the new dies. And I wanted to use the new dies. But I didn't want to go with the easy option, and the easy option would have been using the sheet floral stamps. So we're using the sunflowers because I absolutely love the sunflower stamps, and I think we've only demoed these once or twice, so we're going to demo them again tonight. So I'm going to give you a little tip, as ever. So this is the size of topper that I wanted. So I can now look and see which stamp fits better. So if I take this one, you can see that this one almost fills in that top. Oh, where are we? It almost fills in this topper anyway. And by the time you've put the little frame on, you wouldn't see any white edges, which is what we're going for. We're going to create a lovely inky panel to stamp onto, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for one of the smaller ones. So I'm going to go for this one, which is elegant, and the elegant one is a little bit smaller, so it will give me some white space. So it's going to give me some white space, this one. So pop that there, pop those out of the way so that I don't pick them up in error. Yeah, I love the sunflowers. Just a standard envelope. What have I missed? Hi Lona, how you doing? Yep, so we're going to use this one because it gives us some white space. But what we're going to do first is create our inky background for this. And I'm going to do this with the oxides rather than the pens. I'm going to colour in with the pens alongside the oxide. So we're gonna when I get to this stage, we're going to colour the stamping with the watercolour blending brush pens, and then I'm going to add colour from the oxides to make it match better. How about that? So these are the two things that we need to ink. I don't know where I've got all these little black bits. Oh, it's from the black card. Hi Sandy. Long day at work, bless you, not to worry. I love sunflowers, absolutely love sunflowers, always have done. So we're going to go in with the yellow first, which is the mustard seed, and I've chosen mustard seed because it's a little bit stronger. Hi Aisha. So I'm going to water this down quite a bit, and we're going to do Julia's trick, if I can find a bit of scrap. which is just mix it up a little bit. Look at that gorgeous colour. And now we're going to pick some of this colour up. Oh, look at that. Whoa! Now that is colour. And I'll do the same on the frame. I love mustard seed. Now you know why we didn't need anything else on this card. Oops. My fingers might be a bit yellow by the time I've done with this. So all the colour for this card is coming from the inks and the pens. Clearly used too much ink. And then we're going to repeat that process with the carved pumpkin. And I won't use as much this time. Oh, Linda, how are you feeling? It's funny, isn't it? Because you don't hear about it all the time anymore, but it's obviously not gone away. Look at these two colours together. How beautiful. And it's no secret that I'm a fan of yellow and orange together. Oops. Yellow and orange, you know I am. So we're going to add some orange to that. And the same on here. So I'm not trying to cover the frame. I do want some white bits. I think that's pretty much spot on. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Thank you very much. I'm absolutely covered in yellow and orange ink. Which could be worse. So I'm going to shove these in my inky box to dry. I might water that down just a little bit more. I've just watered the frame down a little bit and left it to run off. That's the only messy job for tonight. Oh, bless you. How was the cruise? Where did you go? Let me just clean my hands. Oops. I can't bear that. And I don't know whether you all know that the best two ways for getting the distress oxides off your fingers and your hands is to either buy a bar of Imperial leather soap or wash your hands in shampoo. That usually works. So whilst that's drying, we're going to work on the base of the card. And one of the things I love about this shape is, just make sure it's dry underneath. One of the things I love about this shape is it's not boring like squares and rectangles. So where we've got the edges here, we're going to create a little cascade of sunflowers. So this is the base of the card. And if you remember, the fabulous blooms, these are the individual sunflowers. So these weren't on TV. I kept them just for me, Julia, and Julia's also got the new dies, by the way, in case I forget to tell you. So you can only actually get the new dies from me and Julia today, because none of the other retailers have got them yet. and Julia will have done the 10% off for you all as well. So remember to share the love between me and Julia. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. So we're gonna, and if you remember when I did these, I don't know whether you can remember, see if I can show you on the picture. We've got some here, look, that are sideways in. So can you see that this one sits sideways on a bit of an angle? So you've got 3 that sit on an angle and 3 that are straight on. And we're going to create our corners from this. So this all gives everything time to dry. So where are we? Acrylic circles. And I think we'll have 1 of each. So let's just test which size I need. So I can go with the biggest one. No, medium one. Yeah, I'm going to go with the medium one and the small one. In fact, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that there. That's hilarious, Francesca. So everybody's been listening to me in your garden. So this is one of the sideways on sunflowers. And I'm going to do this so that it's just coming off the page. Let me just come to the side so you can see what I'm doing. So let's make sure I get this the angle that I want. And I'm going to turn that round and do it on all 4 sides. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just trying to make sure that the centre of the... I can move that now. I'm just trying to make sure that the centre of the sunflower is not hanging off the edge of the page. And the cardstock, as you probably have gathered by now, is the Ice Diamond cardstock. Because you know you can use the watercolour pens on it directly. So we've got a 4 in the corner with the angled sunflower. And then we're going to do 2 at either side. I might only need 1 actually. 2 on either side, straight on. And then we'll colour these in. Oh, that's drying beautiful. Oh, that colour is lovely on them, on that inking. So let's see whether I want 1 or 2. So I'm going to do 1 and see what it looks like. It might be a bit odd with 1. So this time I am taking the sunflower head off. I am going to have to do 2. Oh, it's so pretty. So I'm taking the centre of the sunflower and stamping that half on and half off. And I'm going to bring this in and just show you all that gorgeous detail again. Because these stamps took me ages to draw. With thousands and thousands of little dots to get the shading. All done by hand as well. There we go. All done by hand on my iPad. With my Apple Pencil. But do you know what? I don't know where I've put that. That'd be an expensive loss if I can't find it. There we go, look. Aren't they beautiful? So then if you put that next to the frame, oops, I've left the centre blank, look. Oh, that's so lovely. Let me bring that in and show you. That's so pretty. And we're going to colour these in now. And I am using the pens alongside. Why did I have to get dirty when I've got a headache? So let's just find the yellows. So we are going to use these direct as well. So top tip for those of you that might not have seen this before, these are watercolour pens, as you know. So you can scribble on your mat, pick up the colour, or you can go directly onto your image and then colour it in. And you'll get the best results if you use my hot press watercolour card, okay? So if you struggle, yeah, my Apple pencil. I'm laughing, but I shouldn't be because I don't know where I've put it. I usually keep it. Oh, it's here. I can't keep it. Here it is. I can't keep it on my iPad cover because I've got my iPad up there with the screen on. Oops. And I've just banged the camera. Sorry, everybody. I've knocked you dizzy. So I try and keep it in the same place so I don't lose it. Anyway, yeah, so if you're somebody who struggles with watercolouring, the pens will definitely help you, 100%. The pens will help you. The ink in the pens is a specialist blending ink. It's not the same as ink pads. It's a specialist ink that is in these pens. It blends for you, which I'm going to show you now. And I'm going in direct. If you want to do watercolouring, in fact, let me show you. Let me just get the right colours and then I'll show you. Instead of rattling on, I'll just get the right colours. That actually looks like a good orange. So now I want a golden yellow. Oh, perfect. How about that? First time. So if we get our water brush, you can scribble onto your mat, pick up the colour with your water brush, and you can just literally, the same as any other watercolour pen, only the difference is with these, if you go direct, which is what I'm going to do now, they will blend themselves. Now I'm using my own cardstock. You can only get this cardstock from me, okay? And this cardstock, I don't know what it is about it, because it is the one that I use for everything. I use this card for my matting and layering, for my watercolouring, but this card works with the pens direct. So I'm going to do this really quick. So I'm just going around and I am using orange. So orange is the first colour. And I'm just doing the centre. I'm not going to spend hours on this. You could if you wanted, obviously. I've put all the shading in there for you with the dots and everything. But we'll spend a little bit more time colouring in the main image. So this is it's a good way to just show you how quick it is anyway. If you're not confident, get your watercolour pens, because I just know it's going to happen again. We had about 3 sets of set 1 left. And I've now done a biggish order. Oops, I've got a bit of ink on my finger there. which will just bug me. Can you please add the link for the card that you're using? Let me see if I can find it, Lynn. Cardstock. Premium cardstock. Oops, I'm on the wrong website. It is mine, but it's the back end. I was on the wrong part. Hang on. Premium cardstock. Oh, here we go. It was on the second row, which was fortunate. Hi Karen, not to worry. Marking all the pens, 1, 2, 3 or 4 dots to show what set they're from. That's a fabulous idea. So Kathleen on YouTube's just saying she's with a little, let me just read it. She spent a couple of hours marking all the pens with dots with a white Posca pen. So 1 dot for set 1, 2 dots for set 2, and so on and so forth. I think that's a cracking idea. It wouldn't work for me though, because as you know, I've got all mine in colour families. So once you've got all 4 sets, you can put them in colour families anyway. So I've just popped you the link on YouTube for the cardstock that I'm using. And here is the link on Facebook. And I use this cardstock for everything. So we're going to now blend this orange out, just using 1 pen. Let me just show you how it looks at the minute. And we're going to blend this colour out now. In fact, let me just do a couple of petals and then I'll bring it in and show you. How about that look? So all I did, this is why these pens are so good. So all I'm doing, look, is I'm colouring, I'm going over the orange and just filling in the petal with the golden yellow. And this colour is actually spot on for the mustard seed. You can make your sunflowers as yellow or as golden or whatever colour you want. And I'm going to tell you now, it doesn't work on normal cardstock, but for some reason it works really well on mine. And that wasn't planning, that was just pure chance. So bear with me while I colour these in. Why didn't I just do 1 sunflower? But no, I have to do 6. 3, 6, 9, 12. So I'm doing this really quickly, and I'm going to show you another tip in a minute. Let me just whiz round and do this. I mean, look, you can see how gorgeous they look. How easy is this to do? Imagine your floral curio stamps coloured in with these pens. Amazing. You've seen the videos already on the tube. On the tube. And if I go out the lines, forgive me. It hurts my brain to concentrate when I've got a headache. So what I'm going to do when I get to the other side, I'm going to leave this one and do it in a different way, just to show you another way. Oops, I've just gone out of the lines there. I promise you I'll read all your comments. If not later, I'll read them in the morning. So if you've asked me a question and I've not answered you, I'll probably reply to you tomorrow, because I don't think I'll be doing much when I finish this. Look how easy that is to do. Is there much right, Trish has just asked a really good question. I'll carry on colouring while I'm answering. So Trish over on Facebook has just said, "Hi Phil, is there much difference between this cardstock and the hot pressed watercolour card?" So Trish, I am going to get you a sheet of my hot pressed watercolour card. Or I am, if I can find it. Oops. And it's exactly where it should be. And I'm going to show you the difference. Oh, I can't show you that. That was me colouring in with something new that's coming next year. So this is the hot press watercolour card. So immediately you can see that next to my pure white, my ice white card, it looks a bit creamy. Yeah. So that is the first difference. This cardstock is amazing. The hot press watercolour card is amazing. I like white, so it was really fortunate that my card lets you watercolour and do all those watercolour techniques. However, if you want to do proper watercolouring, definitely get the hot press watercolour card. It just means if you're matting and layering, it's a really good question, that, Lynn. If you're matting and layering, yeah, obviously you wouldn't use white because it wouldn't match. But if you go for my alabaster, this is the alabaster card. Alabaster is almost a perfect match. So you could use the hot press watercolour card for all your stamping and your inking, and then for your matting and layering use the alabaster. Right, let me get on with this colouring. That was a really good question. So yes, there is a massive difference. There is a massive difference. However, you can use my white card. Remember everybody, this is the ice diamond or something they called it. Ice white is not the pure white from the premium card. It's not cheap, I know it's not cheap. It's about £8 I think for 20 sheets. And I'm lucky, I buy this like thousands at a time, because I literally go through nearly a box a week. When I'm making cards from samples and everything, I use this like it's going out of fashion. So I am speed colouring really, so I'm not doing it justice. But if I can get these results from colouring in really quickly, you can see as well that this ink on these pens it's been sitting there since we started, and it doesn't matter. You could leave that for a week. You could leave this for a week, 2, 3, whatever, and you could still blend these inks. It's the inks in the pens that makes them special. And you've only got to ask around on our Facebook group and ask people what they think of them when I'm not watching, and they'll tell you that they're absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to save this big one and show you a different way. I was going to enhance this with the distress inks, but I don't think I need to. The colours are so vivid, it's just gorgeous. So this is just using 2 pens, I'm going to show you now how you can take that one step further. And I promise you everybody, when I get time, it won't be next week, but maybe next weekend, I am going to do a product focus with these pens, a product focus video for YouTube, so that I can just show you techniques with these pens. I'm just going to show you now another way to achieve blending. So let me find a different yellow that's not too similar. That's too orange. That's still a bit orangey. I'm trying not to go too bright because I don't want it to stand out on my card. There you go. So if this stands out, I'm gonna swear. Okay, right, so we've now got 3 pens. So we've taken this to the next level. So these are the original 2, and I'm now incorporating a bright yellow. You would still do it the exact same way. I'm not going to cover it with this because it'll look different to the others. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to do it on there. I'm going to stamp it again and show you. Because if it doesn't match my card, I'll be upset. And honestly, these sunflowers are so easy to colour in, and they look fantastic. I'm just going to stamp another one. See, my headaches, obviously the headache tablets are kicking in because I'm high now. That's right, Margaret, I remember. Oh, I won't do the biggest, I'll do a smaller one, just to be quicker. If I remember rightly, Margaret, you didn't need a lot of persuaded. I'm just going to show you another way while you've got me working. In fact, let me find you the sunflower stamps. I don't know whether I'm going to find you the sunflower stamps because I know there's some of them that are not got a lot of stock, and I'm sorry I can't tell you which ones, but I can tell you that Karen's left the offer on, which is very good of her. They normally come off after a week, so they do. I don't know how that happened, everybody. Take your mind off the headache. Joanne. Right, here we go. Everybody needs some of these sunflower stamps in their life, even if it's just 2 of them. Right, so I'm going to just colour this one in slightly differently. So I'm going to do the same again, look, with the orange. But this time we're going to get a different, so that's exactly the same look as I did with these. But this time we're going to get a different look because I'm going in with the bright yellow. So I'm going in with the bright yellow and I'm doing the same. Yeah, I'm just making sure it's the right one. We're doing exactly the same technique that I tell you every time we colour in. And that you go half over. Always in 3s. So I've done that little area, so I've gone half over, so this covered it up and then gone the same distance out. And now I'm going to finish it off with the, oh, that's so pretty. That is just so pretty. I'm speed colouring here. But wait till I show you this. So we've gone half over, and I can see that that is yellower than that one. The most amazing thing with these is that I can now change the colour of that again by going in with the light bright yellow. So I'm going over two stronger colours with the weakest colour. I've gone out the lines everywhere, so forgive me. Look at that. Obviously I've speed coloured that in, but how fabulous is that? And just so easy to do. Anyway, let's get back to work. We've had enough time off. Let's see how the frames are doing. Look at that colour. It's not quite dry yet, so I might have to dab that off, because I am going to be stamping over the top of that. That's not quite dry either. So let's finish these off while we're waiting. So I now need to find a brown. That'll do. That'll do. Once you've got all 4 sets of these pens, they'll last you for ages. I'm still using my original set 1 from about 4 years ago. In fact, let me tell you when I first did them. Set 1 was in 2019, and I'm still using the same set. I kid you not. Oh, it's a good job that middle's being covered up. Put it in front of your fan, Phil. Well, I've got the fan on me. I'm roasting in here. It's very muggy and humid. How easy was that to do? So we've now got our background, which I'm just going to stick straight onto here. Lovely to be with you this evening, Phil and Karen. Well, Karen's not here. Where have you been, Irene? Right, so this is just going on flat. And this is why I've chosen black card. I know a lot of people are a bit scared of black card. Well, I've just realised some of that pen was still up there. But if you're colouring in images, and you're using black ink, I can't recommend black cardstock enough, because it makes the images pop. So I'm just popping the frame on now. just trying to get it level, or as level as I can. So let's just hold that down for a second. The sunflower pops. Oh, Irene, I'm so sorry. Oh, bless you, darling. Oh, darling. Oh, I didn't know. Otherwise, I would have probably sent you some flowers. Right, so let's just get this stuff down. Obviously, I'm pushing this down because it's going onto the embossed piece of card. Look at that. Instant texture just from a bit of ink. It's almost a perfect match with the mustard seed and the carved pumpkin are almost practically a perfect match. Right, so here we go. Let's just see if I can dry this a little bit more while we get a drink. It should be enough. It should be dry enough. We'll soon find out. So I'm going in with the stamping platform for this. I'm going to change this piece. It's a little bit worse for wear. It was only because I got glue in the middle of it and it had poked up. So we're going with a horizontal card, don't forget. So I chose this one so that we had a little bit more space. And you can see how that's going to fit in. All of these sunflower stamps, so every single one of these, wherever I've put them, all of the individual sunflower stamps will fit in this die set. All of them. And remember, if you're going to have a go at this card, I would recommend leaving your card till it's bone dry. Mine's not quite bone dry, so I might need to go in a couple of times. I'm just bringing that towards me so that I can get them. That's not the stamp I wanted. That's not the stamp I wanted. Forgive me. That one is a vertical. So I need to find the others. Where did I put the other sunflower stamps? Does anybody know? That is a vertical one, look, because it's got the hearts on it. It's got little hearts in it, so I can't use that one landscape. Otherwise, it'll make my eyes hurt. And now I'm looking to see where I put the others. Here they are. So I need to find one that can go landscape. That one could. Oh, what about that one, look? This one that says, it actually says sunflower on it. It's gorgeous. Literally. So we've moved to a landscape stamp. Oh my word. Right. So here we go. Let's get this in. And because I've got the word sunflower up here, you're not going to see it all because I'm putting a frame on this. So that's where my sentiment's gonna go. You definitely need VersaFine Onyx Black if you are watercolouring, okay? And I know I'm probably going to have to go in a couple of times because that card's not 100% dry. Love these stamps so much. I wonder if I should do another series like these with roses. I don't actually use roses a lot on my cards. Do you know what? I don't think I do need to go in a second time. Look how beautiful that is. Sadly, I'm going to cover up the word sunflower. Oh, I love that. I don't need to go in a second time. Whoop, whoop. Bonus. Bit of a Brucey bonus there. I'll leave that for now. Oh, I've cleaned it and I needed another one. Because we're going to make the sunflower white on there. So I'm just stamping another one and then I'm going to fussy cut the sunflower out. The detail in these stamps. How stunning is that? Right, here we go. So I'm going to fussy cut that out. Let's just leave it for a second. Whilst we wait for that, we're going to take the Distress Oxides. We're going to take the Distress Oxides and drop them onto here. Let's do it the other way around first because I want to take some of that ink off. So let's do a bit of flicking with water. You've seen us do this 100 times. So I'm just going to flick some water on this. Julia does clapping, but I always think she looks like a demented seal. So I'm doing flicking and taking it off. Leave it a bit longer, Phil. I might have been a bit tight with the water. Trying to get the edges because you're not going to see the middle so much. Let's see if that's enough. So I've put the ink on, I'm taking a bit away. Oops, I'm just catch up. I've done daffodils, Tina. I did the daffodil Flora Musica. Let me show you all the Flora Musica stamps, because I know some of you might not have been following me for that long, so you might not have seen all these. But the floral theme and the botanical theme is my thing. And it's funny because Emma and I were talking earlier, because Emma's made a card using the... Oh, my screen's gone off. That was a bit strange. My screen just went completely blank. Are you all there? my screen in front of me on my computer is completely black, which is very, very strange, but I'm going to carry on. I can see myself. You can still see me, that's good. I can still see myself on my iPad to the side, so that's not so bad. Right, so we've taken some of the colour away with the water. So I've just popped a link on for the Flora Musica stamps. Yeah, my screen is completely black. So my computer, which is right in front of me there, which is what I use to look at, is completely black. But I have got my iPad up there, so that's strange. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add some more drops of colour using the oxide misters. So, Distress Oxide misters, what's that all about? It can't have done, well, maybe in my brain, Sandy. Am I still on YouTube? Let me just check. Oops. Yeah, it's still there on YouTube, so that's fine. That's how bizarre. Brianna's been following me for over 10 years. Oh, we must have both been about 18, 19, maybe 20 pushing it, Brianna. So what's this all about? So Distress Oxide sprays, I don't use them all that often, and when I do use them, if I'm honest with you, I use them as a dropper. So you've seen where we put the ink on our mats, mist it with water, pick it up with a brush and then tap it. But sometimes that's not strong enough because you're diluting the ink, and because I've got quite strong ink on there already, I don't think I'll bother with the mustard seed. I'm going to go in with the carved pumpkin directly. Hilarious, Judy. Judy's been on the WIT tablets. I'm going to use this direct from the dropper. So can you see, this is literally liquid Distress Oxide, which is what I love about it. So I'm going to pop this in my Inky box, and I'm just going to do some do you know what makes me laugh? You know when I turn to the right where my Inky box is on the floor, I can't actually see a thing because I've got my glasses on. So let me just take my glasses off while I'm doing my Inky box. That's plenty. And I am going to do some mustard seed as well. If I can get the opening off. Oh. Now we've just had a bit of a drama. Hang on a sec. The little ring washer. The little washer just fell out of my thing there. And do you know what? This is brand new. Problem solved. Shoved it back in. And now I'm going to show you the difference. So it's definitely worth collecting some of the Distress Oxide misters, whether you use them through your stencils as a spray, or whether you use them as a drop like I've just done. Just collect the colours that you know you like. So if I show you this now, I'm just going to flick over to YouTube because it's the only place. Jude. I'm just flicking over to YouTube because I can actually see my screen on YouTube. But can you see the difference now? Look, because I've used the droplet, the Distress Spray direct, just from the end of the tube, the droplet. This is how you get that gorgeous colour intensity. So you can see the carved pumpkin. It's the same colour as this, but it's not been diluted. It's pure carved pumpkin. Same with the mustard seed. And it looks fantastic. And I'm going to leave that in the Inky box to dry as long as I can leave it. or until I get bored. So Distress Oxide sprays are, I don't even know how much they are because I nick them from the shop, as you know. But I know for a fact that these colours I would use a lot because I love yellow and orange together. So carved pumpkin and mustard seed look fabulous together. If you like pinks and purples, you could maybe go for the Villainous Potion and the Kitsch Flamingo. So let's cut this out now. I'm not doing too bad for time. We will be done on time. And what I'm going to do, for those of you that have stuck with me while I've been faffing about playing tonight, I'm going to make the giveaway a really good one. I'm going to do a set of the new dies. So somebody on YouTube will win, I don't know, the labels. So somebody on YouTube will win the sheet labels and somebody on Facebook will win the octagons. I know I think this is why I've got a headache, Sarah Jane, because of the weather. Right, so I'm literally just going to fussy cut this sunflower out. I told you I weren't very good at cutting out. I'm joking, obviously. These sunflowers are easy peasy to cut out, really. I always have that in my mind when I'm designing stamps to make sure that they're relatively easy to cut out. Relatively. I always say relatively and then it covers me if somebody phones me and says, you said that was easy to cut out, Phil, and it's not. Oh, I've got ink on my finger. That's just going to bug me. Pretend you can't see that bit of mustard seed on that petal. I'm not like Leonie. I can't just leave my fingers and things dirty. So I'm just whizzing around this. And it has got a little bit of mustard seed on it where it shouldn't have. Very different. It's nice for me to do this for you. You can watch me do pretty cars till the cows come home. And it's nice to get inky and what have you. Lots of different inky techniques. And I've not used the oxides for ages, which is what made me want to do it. So that is not as crisp as it should be because I've got mucky fingers. But it will suffice. I do need an assistant for cutting out, but I am getting in the right inky mess. I won't say that quickly. So while we just wait for these splats to dry, let's start assembling this card. I've still got the sentiment to do. So I am using that fabulous 3mm tape. No, that's not it. Is it? No, it's not. This is my new favourite, everybody. I don't know whether it's sold out on the website. If it did, I apologise. Because I used it last week. And just so you know, if you get this home and you can't get into it, it's got a little thing on it to protect it. Took me 10 minutes to figure that out. thought tonight was crafting and not drama class. We can do both, Jean. We're good like that. So can I tear this? Oh, I can. My new favourite 3mm foam tape. As if my cars weren't high enough. Oh, apologies, it has sold out. I'll see. I'll talk to the girls at the shop tomorrow, and if there's any more, I'll put it back in stock. I knew it would be popular because it's a nice height. And if I know Karen, she will have ordered loads, knowing that I would be pinching it. Which I did, obviously. It's very sticky, and you know, for me as well, it's very firm, which I like. I don't like flimsy foam tape. So we've got a bigger than average border at the bottom on this. So for those of you that like centimetres, the base of this card is 23.5 by 18.5 centimetres. We're now going to pop the frame on here. Let's go 2mm with this one. Otherwise we'll end up with a... Oh, this one didn't tear. Why did I do that? This one doesn't tear. Phil's getting dirty. I do occasionally, and I think most of you know, even when we make pretty cards, like the one we did last week was very, very pretty, but we got the chalk paints and with the gesso. So I do dirty techniques. I just like a pretty end result. There needs to be a reason why we've got dirty, not just for the sake of it. No, you can't with all of them, Sue. Sue's just saying she can't with foam tape like I do. Like this one I've got here, this is 2mm, and I can't tear this one. So let's get this on. So the reason I've left the edges of this frame is so that we can glitter it, because you can't not have some diamond dazzle on a card. It's the law. And the other good thing is, and for those of you that are new, you might not know this, because I've used Distress Oxides on here, I'm going to have the white at the top, I think. Because I've used Distress Oxides on here, when I put my white glue on, because there is some water content in the glue, it pulls the colour from the ink underneath. So just make sure I've got this straight. Yep, that's straight. Looks lovely already. I won't put the glitter on yet. Let's just see how that's doing. Slowly but surely it's drying up in there. So while we're waiting, we'll do the sentiment. So for those of you that know, I did a limited edition set of sentiments to go with the sunflowers, and this little sheet label shape is just the perfect size. So I'm going to extend that, but let's just see which sentiment fits in. Well, actually, Teresa, oh no, I'm not going to tell you then if you've already bought it. I've been diamond dazzling all day, the Craft Room Sparkles, that's fabulous. Ah, see, that's the problem, Linda. do you sell any foam squares? I don't, Linda. And if you remember my original foam tape that I did myself, let's just see what fits on it. Oh, they all do. Oh, that's what we're going to have. And I'm doing this for everybody who's having a tough time at the minute. So for Irene, darling, you'll be on my mind all night now. So this is for you and everybody else who's having a hard time. This is what I'm sending to you all. So this is for everybody who's having a hard time from me. How about that? I'm just a good egg. Fabulous crafter and a bloody good egg. And I might be an expensive friend, but at least you know what you get with me. Right, we're going to extend this. So I'm just going to show you a fabulous little tip. So this is obviously one of the new dies. This is the new debusted sheet labels. It's the second to the smallest. And when I was prepping this card, I wanted to have a layer behind it, but the next size up would make it too big. Oops. And I suddenly had an idea that I just need to extend the two sides. So we're just going to extend, if I can get the glue. Look, even the glue's got a headache. I love that sentiment as well. Sending sunshine. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Sending sunshine. It can be for anything. So what we're going to do is, instead of going all the way around with the border, we're just going to do the two ends. And I thought this was a really nice way to get a different look from one die set. And I should have waited a minute because it's not 100% dry. Oh, whichever way you... Sunny side up, Jean. I know, Anne. I absolutely know, Anne. So those of you that don't know, Anne, who's just left that comment on there, Anne Salmon. Anne used to come to my Nottingham shop in real life, and she used to dread it when I was in. Because she always knew it was going to cost her more. So we can do this look. So I've literally just extended and popped that onto a plain rectangle. Look how gorgeous that looks. Yeah. So that looks fabulous. Remember, you can do this with all of them. Trees are exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same. So I'm now going to snip just the ends off. Oops, that one went a bit skew. But you'll get the idea. That's because I'm laughing at all the comments. So pretend that's perfect. We've got a little bit of black on either end now. I think that's fabulous. Yeah, definitely scrambled tonight. You're absolutely right. My brain's demented. Well, it's not actually. That's a lie. I'm high on migraine tablets. They're still not quite dry, look, so I'm going to have to dab them off. Which is okay, because you're still getting the colour. Oh, that looks gorgeous. That looks so lovely. And then with the plain one, look, which is what I'm going to do, I might not do that. I might colour that in to match. I am. Bear with me a second. I'm going to colour this in to match the others. So just bear with me. This is a bit bigger, so I need to do it properly. Let me just check everybody on YouTube. Yeah, it looks nice, Bonnie. Yeah, it looked like a little label shape. Do you know what, Joanne? I said this earlier. If you're using stamped images and you're using a black ink, definitely use my Elegant Ebony card, the black card, to do your layering. It pops. So the original plan was to leave this sunflower white, but I've changed my mind for two reasons. One, this will tie in perfectly now with the background, and two, I've got a bit of ink on the sunflower which was making my eyes bleed. How easy is that? And how gorgeous is that colour? Oh, that's definitely better. Much better. I'm happy with that. You don't even need to worry about shading on the sunflowers, look, because I've done it all. You're only colouring it because you smudged it. Do you know what, Ruth? You know me too well. I absolutely am colouring it because I smudged it, but at least I owned up. And in actual fact, I think it looks better. I was right first time. Right, let's get this frame on. So we're now going to pop the black frame on. Which will bring all that together. Just try and get it straight. Do you know what, Denise? It might do. Where would you be if you were roasted? Oh, it's right at the bloody bottom, Denise. This is Denise's fault. Oh. You all know where I keep. I've got on one of my shelves at the back of the room. I've got all my glitter pots. Yeah. And roasted chestnut, which was Denise. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Denise Hawkins suggested brown glitter would be nice in the centre, and of course, my roasted chestnut brown glitter was on the bottom of a pile of about 10 different glitters. Oh, that's so beautiful. I'm really happy with this, and we're going back to the 3mm. As ever, I will take a photo of this in the morning once I've recovered from being high on migraine tablets. I wonder if Julia's had a bad head, because normally when I've got one, Julia does. We like to share. So 3mm, back to the 3mm foam tape for this. The last thing we're going to do to this is the pearls. Although I might not put them on now because they're too yellow. We might go silver or gold. So this is going in the centre. Oh, that's so lovely. So lovely. Black on black. Denise has just said she's just making me move so I don't get stiff. Right, so let's pop this on with our glue gel. So I'm not going to shape this, and maybe just bend them back a teeny tiny bit. And I must have thrown the cocktail stick away from last week, so get a new one. So this sunflower now is obviously exactly the same as the one in there. So let's get some, I'm not going really high with this. I've just got to now find the right place, which that postmark there looks like this postmark here. Oh yeah, that looks good actually. I was right to do that. I think that's a bit skewy. I'll blame the tablets. Right, so let's just pop some glitter on. So all I'm going to glitter on here is the outer of the two frames, and it is going to be Diamond Dazzle because it's the law. And I'll check to see if what Denise said about the chestnut glitter works on that little extra sunflower that I did before I do it on the card. So I'm not really a fan of coloured glitter unless it's on coloured cardstock, and that's a massive big tip for everybody who likes to do cards the way I do. If you're using coloured glitter, don't do it on white card because the patches that show through look awful. Do it on coloured card, or stick to Diamond Dazzle, Moon Dust and Crystal Aurora because they cover every base. Oh, I forgot about them from last week. Did you see them, Judy, from last week? So we are Diamond Dazzling. I can't see what you're saying to me just yet, but I will look. It is wonky, yeah, I've seen it. So when I take the photo of this tomorrow, mind you, it's not, it is a little bit here, look. But it's too late, I'd already stuck it. And I can't fix it. Still looks good. Look, if I show it you like that, you'd never know. So because I've got the sentiment here, look, where it says sunflower, I'm going to have to cover that up. So I'm going to pop that underneath there. And then we are nearly done. So I'm going to tuck that underneath there. It's almost like it was meant to be there. Yeah, coloured glitter does work on a coloured background. Yeah, absolutely. It's just not on a white, not on white card. Yeah, unique's one way of saying it, but when you see the photo of this in the morning, it's probably been ripped off and put on straight. Because I won't be able to ignore it. Or if you don't see a photo of this in the morning, it's because I've slung it in the bin. So I think I'm going to go with white pearls for this, because there's enough colour going on. So we're just going to have a couple of random white pearls on the main image, and then we'll do a little check of Denise's glitter. Denise's suggestion for colouring the, put some brown glitter on. Swaps that then for a smaller one. I always forget we've got the teeny tiny 3mm ones and the shimmer pearls. Oops. Is it dark outside? I don't know now because my curtains are shut. So let's just test that little image. I'm going to leave that on that angle. So look at how beautiful. Like if I do it, if I show you like this, you can't see that it's skewing. Oh, Hope says sign and send it to me. Do you know what, Hope? I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to sign it and send it to Hope, once and all. How about that? So let's just test Denise's theory. I'll put that there for a second. It's pitch black. It's very, very dark. I can't tell because my curtains are blackout curtains. So we've got brown. I've just coloured the centre of that sunflower in. This, I don't even know whether we sell this anymore, anybody. So it has. It's always been a tip of mine. Like if you're using coloured glitter, like if you were using black glitter, do it on black card. If you do black on black, it looks stunning and really elegant. So let's see if brown on brown is the same. And do you know what, Denise? It looks lovely. It looks really nice. So Hope, I am going to send you that card, but I'm not at the shop till next Wednesday, so it'll be a week or two. Look. How beautiful is that? And just for anybody who doesn't know, all of my coloured glitters in the what do you call them? I forgot. Hang on. Bear with. As Leody says, glitter. In the glitter alchemy. That's right. I'm going to pop it on. So all of my glitters in the Glitter Alchemy range are the same shape and size as Diamond Dazzle. So this is exactly the same as this Diamond Dazzle, only it's brown. So all of my coloured glitters in the Glitter Alchemy range are coloured, same size as Diamond Dazzle. Anyway, I've rattled on for long enough and I need a coffee. I never drank much of that one. It is pretty, isn't it? We'll give Denise that. It's lovely. I'm not sure I would have put it on this card because I'd I have used brown instead of black, I might have done, but I'm not sure I would put it on this card. But it does look really rather lovely. So ignoring the wonk, they are, look, you'd never know. I thought that was really nice. Let's just compare, because this is what you're used to seeing me do. Pretty, shabby chic is my thing, as you know. But can also do inky, stampy, colour it in. I'm just very talented. That's all there is to it. I'm going to get something to eat, Karen, when I've done here. Yeah. So, move that out of the way. I'll take a photo of that in the morning, wonks and all, unless I can get it up. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Lynn says she can't see the wonk. Thanks, darling. Right, let's do some giveaway winners. So I am going to do what I said I was going to do. I am, and not to worry, darling, you'll be able to watch it back later. Wendy's just said I must get some more of your glitter. Well, if I tell you, Wendy, if I tell you that there are 17, no, that's not right, we've got more than that. I think some of the glitters are missing off the website. I'm sure we've got more colours than that, but currently, including Diamond Dazzle and Crystal Aurora, there are 17. And I'm not going to get them all out and show you, but you can have a look at the link I've just popped on. And then you can have a look at them all. Did I put a link on YouTube? I'm not sure I did. Let's put it on here. So somebody on YouTube is going to win the sheet labels, the new sheet labels. And somebody on Facebook will win the new octagons, double stitched octagons. And I can't tell you enough, I can't stress enough, and I know I sound like a broken record, but I cannot stress enough how quickly you need to get your set 1 pens. As soon as I put these on TV next, they're going to fly, and I am definitely never restocking them after this stock has gone. Right, so good luck, everybody. As ever, let's do a little, while I just have a drink, let's do a little reminder of every way you can follow me. So please do follow my Sentimentally Yours Facebook page at Sentimentally Yours, and also my personal Facebook page, which is at Phill Crafty Martin. If you are on Twitter, or X as they've decided to call it now, it's Phill M Martin. Shocker, but if you are on Instagram, it's the same again, Phill M Martin. And if you're a TikToker, or whatever they call them, I'm now doing that as well, so it's Phill M Martin. I've got some lovely little videos on TikTok already. And as ever, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would very much appreciate your subscription, and we are live every Monday evening, and I do drop new videos when I get a chance. And for the last thing I need to tell you all is, if you haven't yet joined our lovely Facebook group, I'm trying to find the picture for it. Here it is. So please do just search on Facebook for Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours, and you can ask to join our lovely little Facebook group. I do loads of giveaways on there as well, freebie Fridays and what have you. So good luck, everybody. I'm going to choose YouTube first. So if whoever wins, please send me a private message on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, an inbox message with your name and address, and just a reminder of which shape it is that you've won. So remember, the current offer, so the 2 new large dies are the last being released this year. They are the last of the deboss double stitched collection, because that's all the shapes done then. And if you're buying them individually, you're going to save 10%. And if you buy them as a duo, you'll save an extra 5%, 15%. And that offer is only valid until the end of this week. And then they go up to full price. I do that for you guys on YouTube and Facebook, so you get the benefit of all the savings. So don't miss out. Right, so over to YouTube. So good luck everybody on YouTube. I'm going right to the top of all these lovely comments. You are funny. So the winner, the mouse has stopped on, and apologies if you've won already, but this is where the mouse has stopped. I honestly can't remember anymore these days. So Paula Williams, the mouse has landed on Paula Williams on YouTube. So congratulations, Paula. Send me a private message, please, on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, and we'll get your new dies posted off to you tomorrow or the day after. When I say we, I mean the girls at the shop, not me, obviously. So thank you very much, everybody on YouTube. I will see you live again next Monday. And over to Facebook, and somebody's going to win the octagons, and I've still got a blank screen on Facebook, which is just bizarre. So good luck everybody on Facebook. I'm going right to the top of the comments. So scrolling, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, Jean Tondi. I can't believe it. I think this is the first time Jean has ever won anything, and she's here religiously week after week. So Jean Tondi, you've just won yourself a set of the octagon dies. So congratulations, darling. The mouse has landed on your name, and I do this fair every week. So congratulations, Jean. You know the drill. Send me a message with your name and address, although I'm pretty sure they've got it at the shop, but do it anyway so I can screenshot it and send it to them. So thank you very much, everybody, for putting up with my ramblings when I've got a migraine and my wonky card. I've got to say, Phill Martin has made a flat, postable, really rather fabulous card, even if I say so myself. So thank you very much, everybody. I will catch up with you all next Monday. I'm now going to eat and drink loads of water to try and get rid of this migraine. So thanks, everybody. Have a lovely rest of the week, and I will see you in our Facebook group. Remember, I've got another new thing for you next Monday, but it's not a brand new product. It's something special that I've done just for you. So thank you, everyone. I will see you next week. Have a good evening. Bye. And Irene, I'll be thinking about you, darling.